Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Funk. Yeah, a little nippy out here. Chili came up, the hawk came a little quick, so I ain't ready to prepare for him right now. I got my little space heater. It ain't doing nothing right now, but I got to do what I got to do for you. So let's do what we do. Get ready. Got a nice little lesson for you. It's about my favorite girl. Heads up. Let's go. Writism, 25 rules to live by storytelling. Story with a message. The message of the story for life. I give life lessons, sometimes from the book, sometimes from the dome. Today we're going with the book, so you know how we do it. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment with knowledge of self. To know thyself. Right thinking is a way of life, and that's what it is through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. That all my right thinkers do just that. So I'm on my job. You gotta do is tune in and do your job. Numbers say you're doing that. We got a good thing going. Let's ride. The goal is to know thyself. My mission, your goal. If you don't know who you are, tune in. I help you with that. That's what I do for you. Everything I give you is for you to use to know thyself. Okay? Know upstairs, your higher self. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. What I do for you. Stay tuned. I appreciate you too. I got you. A person who knows not and believes or think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, it's okay. They're asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow that. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my girl, Maat, be true. Speaking of which, that's what we're going to talk about, right? Thinkers, let's talk about the goddess, our favorite, Maat, and Maat philosophy. What it's about, what do it mean? It's a good lesson. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Those who live today will die tomorrow. Those who die tomorrow will be born again. Those who live Maat will not die. That's tough. Christian form, become Christ-like, believe in Christ, you don't die. We started this a long time ago. The concept it still lives on in all religions. Understand that? I'm just going to show you. It started with my girl. Goddess Maya. Okay? Even though the figure of Goddess Maya is not usually seen in the Per M Haru, aka Book of the Dead, her presence perhaps is the most strongly felt of all. She's like the Christ of the Per and Haru, according to the Bible. Yahweh had Christ, we had Maya. Just conceptually, try to figure that out. And see, because I know both sides, I can break it down, hopefully put them together so it makes sense to those who don't know and those who do know. Either side, you still can understand it and make sense of it, and hopefully use it to your benefit. That's the purpose. Watch this. Her name is mentioned more than any other goddess. Indeed, she is said to be an aspect of all the goddesses. So all of them got a little bit of Maya in them. Aset, another one. Therefore, watch this. In order to understand the Per M Haru or right thinking philosophy, which is based on, we must have a working knowledge of the goddess and her philosophy. This is what I profess. This is what I teach. This is what I learned. When Ra emerged in his boat for the first time and creation came into being, this is the concept. Everybody got a creation story. This is theirs. He was standing on what? The pedestal, aka of Maya. Thus, the creator, Ra, lives by Maya and has established the whole creation on Maat. So who is Maat? Glad you asked. Bam. Now let's get to the show. She is the divinity who managed the order of creation. That's who Maat is for starters. She is the fulcrum upon which the entire creation and the law of cause and effect, aka IRE, you know it as karma, functions. Mayat represents the very order which constitutes creation. Therefore, it is said that Ra created the universe by putting what? Mayat in the place of chaos, which we know as the noon, we know as potential, everything chaotic. That's chaos. He put Mayat in charge to straighten it out. Let's go. So creation, watch that. Watch this. Itself is Mayat. Creation without order is primeval waters, chaos, okay? Bunch of potential, no order, okay? AKA An and Mayat. A-N Mayat means Mayat is profound. Mayat is a profound teaching in reference to what? The nature of creation and the manner in which humans conduct should be cultivated. Act, live, and be on what? Maya. Why? Because it's balance. And I hear people say they got this stuff together, they found balance, they found Maya. So I understand. You don't have to know it to live it. But once you understand it, it makes living it a little bit easier for you. That's all. It reference to what? A deep understanding of divinity, God, and the manner in which the virtuous qualities can be developed in a human heart so as to come closer to what? God the divine. It's in your heart. Once it's in your mind, you can manifest it. Now you're making it happen for real. That's what it's all about. That's what right then philosophy is trying to get you to understand, to know thyself. These are things you can do to do just that. I practice my philosophy, which is a spiritual symbol as well as cosmic energy or force. Luke, use the force, which pervades what? The entire universe. You use nature. Yoda was showing him how to encompass nature in yourself. When he pulled the spaceship out of the water, Luke couldn't believe it. Okay. He told Luke, that's why you fail. So if you don't understand the power that you possess, you will fail. Okay, moving on. It's like seeing Goliath and getting scared. And if you don't challenge it, you will fail. You don't push yourself past what you think you can do, you will fail. Like they say, a man think he can, a man think he can't, both of them are right. Don't be a failure. Okay, but watch this, what Mayat represents. She is the symbolic embodiment of world order, justice, righteousness, correctness, harmony, and peace. When you can attain these qualities within yourself, you've reached the level of, we call it Nihas or Hotep, supreme peace within oneself through what? Rigorous, daily, virtuous, righteous living. No other way. Like Christ said, the only way to the Father is through me. Be like me to get to the Father. But it's sometimes it's so obvious, and y'all don't get the concept. And swear you got something, but moving on. I hear the criticize. Now, she is also known by what? Her headdress, which is composed of a feather, which symbolizes what? The qualities we just mentioned that you live up to. She is a form of the goddess Aset, who represents wisdom, and Maya further represents what? Spiritual awakening through balance and equanimity. Calm down. Woosah. Breathe. Yeah, I get excited. I got a little more to go here, so I hope you're enjoying the lesson. Hope it's making sense to you. In ancient Egypt, the judges, watch this. Here, I like this too. And all those connected with the judicial system were what? Initiated in what? In the teachings of Maya philosophy. If you didn't learn, live, and practice Mayat, you couldn't be judging nobody. You wasn't in position. You wasn't in no right position for yourself to be casting judgment on anybody else. So that's why the judicial system right now ain't nowhere near like that. So thus, watch this. Those who would discharge the laws, police involved, and the regulations, politicians of society were what? Were well trained in what? The ethical and the spiritual, mystical values of life. If you let society dictate what's going on, look where we are. When there's no rules, there's no discipline, there's no righteousness, there's no order, just like chaos. Grandmother said we going to hell in a handbasket because it's chaotic and it's all haphazard, willy nilly. Everybody doing this one doing that. Ain't no uniformity, ain't no harmony, and it's all constantly going on. How long you think that's gonna last? We heard about Sodom and Gomorrah. So don't get caught up in thinking, or if history is doomed to repeat itself, if what? You don't know, you don't learn the lesson. These are life lessons. That's why I give them every day. Let's go. Now, in ancient Egypt, the judges well, I stop right here. If you not living right, you have no right to tell somebody or judge anybody by how they living. If you're a pastor and you doing what you do and you ain't doing it, you should get out the seat. Why? You ain't doing the right thing. The best pastors are the ones who live what they preach, and I respect those who do just that. And the best teacher are the ones who live what they teach. I respect them for that. Moving on. Fairness. Understand this. A lot of people don't have this quality. Fairness, justice, and the responsibility to the what? Serve and promote harmony in what? Society, as well as the possibility for spiritual development in the atmosphere of what? Freedom and peace. For only when there is justice and fairness in with society. And right now, we ain't got neither one of them. So that's off the table. But when this is happening in society, can there be a what? Abiding harmony and peace? We don't come together, no harmony, and we at war, so there's no peace. Our ancients lived this for thousands of years until, like I keep telling you, when they was invaded. So I know what it is works. Why I've been practicing it now, and I'm getting some people to practice it also, and they learn it do still work. Okay, harmony and peace are necessary for what? For the pursuit of what? True happiness and inner fulfillment in life. We all had an element, right, to pursue happiness. Okay, all man created equal. They say all that and everything. Excuse me. We do a lot of jibber jabber, but we ain't living up to none of the words. People ain't understanding, ain't really getting it. They sling Bible verses and don't have a clue what it means. That's why knowledge of self is more important than a whole bunch of other rhetoric that means nothing. Let me wrap this up. Mayat signifies what? That which is straight. Bam. She wear feather in her hair, ostrich feather. It don't move. Why? Mayat is represents straight. And watch this. Two of the symbols of Mayat are what? The ostrich feather, like I say, and the pedestal. And first thing, the ostrich feather don't waver, don't bend. It's straight, meaning she don't give. And the pedestal, straight. You stand on that. You can stand on Mayat. That's what they're telling you. If Ra, God, stands on her, I'm with him. So you can stand where you want on what you want. I'm steadfast on my eye. And watch this, the pedestal upon which who? God stands. The supreme being in the form of God, Atum or Asar in the flesh and Ptah are often standing on what? Pedestal representing Maya. Ptah stands on Maya. Ra stands on Maya. Asar stands on Maya. Okay? Maya is the daughter of Ra, the high God. Thus, and watch this, in a hymn to Ra, we find the land of Manu, which is the west, received thee with satisfaction, and the goddess Maya embraces thee both when at morning and in the evening. The god Tahuti and the goddess Maya have written down thy daily course for thy every day. What's this? For thee, excuse me, for thee every day, man. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, where we at? The daughter of Ra, mistress, they got a few names. Daughter of Ra, chief of the land. Now, another hymn on the papyrus says this: I have come to thee, O Lord, the gods Tamu, Haru, Kahuti, whom Mayat directive, excuse me, Amin Ra rests upon Mayat. Ra lives by Mayat. Asar carries along the earth in his train by Mayat. One more. No, I'm almost done. Sorry about that. Now, Mayat is the daughter of Ra, and she's with him when? In his celestial boat, when he first emerged from the west. Primeval waters, along with his company of gods. We're going to talk about them. I'm getting to them coming up. The company of God and goddesses. She is also known, watch this, as the Eye of Ra, Lady of Heaven, Queen of the Earth, Mistress of the Netherworld. She got that covered too. And the Lady of the Gods and Goddesses. Maya also has a dual form called Mayate. And in her capacity of God, Mayat is Shis. Mayat, which means ceaselessness and regularity. Is not changing of the course of the sun, i.e., the universe. Well, eyes on Mayat. That's the concept. And watch this. Now, we know other races, other cultures believe otherwise, which is fine. But they talk about Egyptians. Okay. Now, in the form of Mayate, she represents what? The south and the north. Ancient in Egypt, south was up, north was down. Oh, they flip flopped the upside down. No, y'all got it wrong. They knew what they were doing. If they know the other stuff, don't think they got the damn directions wrong. Moving on. But you got they Mayat represents north and south. Excuse me, Mayate, which was just symbolized upper, which is the south, Egypt, as well as the higher self. Lower self, Mayat, watch this. Lower self, Mayat, is the personification of what? Justice and righteousness upon which God has created the universe. And Mayat is also the essence of God and creation. Therefore, it is Mayat who what judges the soul when it arrives in the judgment hall of Mayat. Sometimes, watch this, Mayat herself even becomes the scale upon which the heart of the initiate is judged by. Mayat judges the heart, which is the unconscious mind. This is the conscious mind. This is the unconscious mind in the heart. We knew that thousands of years ago. Guess what? They just found out modern science that the heart capacity has more consciousness, brain capacity than the actual brain that's in the head. That when you die, it's of no use. So the heart is where it's at. Maya judged what? The heart of the unconscious mind of the initiate, and in what? An attempt to determine, watch this, to what extent the heart has lived in accordance with who? Maya, or truth, correctness, reality, genuineness, keeping it real, uprightness, righteousness, virtuous, justice, steadfastness, and the intolerable nature of creation. I'm letting that seep in because I just love that. I'm about to read a quick excerpt. I got two excerpts I want to quickly read, then we're going to wrap it up. But it might be a little long, but I hope you get this one. Now, many people think the philosophy of karma, let's talk about karma right quick. Karma, Mayat represents karma. What's this? The karma as a concept that originated in India. Yeah, they took it and made it know that. But what's this? The following text shows that in a concept that was well understood. Karma is a concept well understood early in Kemet and is very much in harmony with what is today referred to as karma. In ancient Egyptian philosophy, though, the word for karma is iri, which means action. You reap what you sow. Karma, you do this, you get that back. Same concept, but started in Egypt, which, watch this, attaches to what? A person and leads them to their fate, meaning you're responsible for your actions. Watch this, their fate, your fate. Even beyond that, you're still responsible in the commission teachings to Marakara in the book per him Haru illuminated, watch this, to teaching in detail, which highlight the text by my man Ashby. Instructions for Marakara. Number 14 in the per him Haru. The court that judges the wretch, you know they are not lenient, they don't care. On the day of judging the miserable, which is those who pretty much fail, in the hour of doing thus their task, it is painfully it's painful when what? When the accuser has knowledge, knew better, do not trust in the length of years. Why? Because their view of lifetime is in an hour. When a man remains over after death, his what? IRE, karma, his deeds, his actions are set beside him as a treasure. This is why I tell you, as long as you do right in the situation that you're involved in, you don't control the situations, but you control you. So your IRE is how you deal with it. If you do the right thing, you'll be blessed. If you do what you want to do whatever, you're going to have to be responsible for that. That's the whole point of being responsible for what you do. And if you know it's wrong, you do it, you just set yourself up for a big failure. Understand that. And watch this. And by being yonder, it lasts for what? Forever. A fool, watch this, is who does what they reprove, what they know is wrong. He who reaches them, watch this, without having what? Done wrong. That means you can't get to the beautiful West. You can't make it to the halls of Maat past the feather judgment without righteous actions, without living, doing, and being Maat. Watch this, and will exist there like a god if you make it over to do what? Free striding like the Lord's forever. You'll be doing you for eternity. That was the concept that they lived by. We don't know for sure if it happened. Don't none of them know, but it's a concept. Sorry about that. But yeah, I guess animated. Let me wrap this up. Therefore, watch this. One controls what? One's own fate according to one's own level of wisdom or reasoning capacity. The ancient Egyptian myth, known as the story of Asar, illustrates the concept of what? Iri, action, karma. It describes the fate the soul after death in accordance with the actions of the person while alive on earth. Sayasar means son of Asar. He was a child godson of Asar, an aspect of who? Hadu, which is you, who brought essential spiritual teachings to the world. That's what the sage do. That's what I try to do for you on a day-to-day basis. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.